Do you understand now, perhaps? I did not grace the theater with my presence until after the incident. So how could I have committed to the murder? The staff did say he was there at the station.
So it sure does sound like a rock-solid alibi. But that can't be right. If Mr. Martinez is the killer, he'd have to have been at the theater. There's gotta be a hole somewhere in his story.
I saw you. There are no holes on Mr. Wace's stage. No tricks, no gimmicks. True magic doesn't need trapdoors to escape through. Do you enjoy my show to my fullest? And my real alibi. I was at the TV station at the time of the Penn Lost performance.
Hold it!
You'd come to the theater eventually, isn't that right? Indeed. Anxious to see how the show was progressing, I made my way to the theater. Let's see. My journey took about 10 minutes by car.
You actually have been at the theater during those 10 minutes? Killing the victim?
Allow me a stab at reading your mind. Could I have been at the theater during those 10 minutes, killing the victim? How in the... But no, I took a taxi. The driver can attest to that. Feel free to call the taxi company if my word does not satisfy you. The driver is a big fan of the relating Zlaza. I even gave him my card.
To drive his card? That's very clever of him.
You might as well give it up, lad. Questioning world magic is a fool's errand. Besides, you know very well what I was doing at the time of the incident. I was busy looking at another TV program. I could spare no time for the magic show.
Hold it!
What was this other TV show you were working on? My own special project, you see. One moment, perhaps this is more appropriate. It's relating to a special production. Yeah, hang loose, baby. It's got desperation, renegation. Good person just say that. What's the show about? Lost up husbands, singers, and comedians get together and play musical chairs. The owner of the game is given a second chance at their career. A priceless prize for trips you lost up to all in life. Sounds great, right? I suggest you appear on that show, Mr. Justice. As the expert who used to make ridiculous books and put and faded sadly into obscurity. Is that the rating draws up produce my TV debut? Not in this lifetime. Great reactions. Who knows? TV might be your true calling. Hey, whose side are you on? In any case, I was overseeing production of this program during their Penn Lost performance. You asked my staff if that's my calling. How do you know those staff members aren't in cahoots with you? I make it my business to perform solo. My magic has neither need nor want of assistance. After all, one of them could have been my secrets behind my magic, could they not? He doesn't trust anybody, huh? It's the opposite of trucy. There were many people there in the studio audience who saw the witness as well. Even if he had been able to pursue his own status quo, he could have convinced so many complete strangers to do the same. But he has made a rock-solid alibi for himself. Yeah, it's almost too good, you know? It's eerie how perfect it is. Has all been revealed to you now? there it is. A simple and perfect alibi. No tricks, no gimmicks, just the truth. I've got it. Do you have a brother? A brother that looks exactly like you, maybe? Again, with the trend business. You think the audience would let you get away with using the same gimmick twice in a row? If you do not believe in the fence, why not investigate for yourself? Though I'm sure your efforts will prove to be thoroughly fruitless. Yeah, I guess the trend theory is a little far-fetched. His alibi really is airtight. I believe we've heard enough. I believe the witness does indeed harbor some ill will against the defendant. There is no reason to doubt that he was at the TV station at the time of the incident. Yes, the facts prove it is impossible for the witness to have been involved with this crime. These last rites for the victim have dragged on long enough. The soul of the victim himself is so bored that it is resting on top of your Honor's head. It is? The time has come. Let us punish the sinner and guide the victim's soul to the Twilight Realm. Apollo, just you will be thrown in prison, and who will be out of a job? If you catch tasty fish, will you sell me some at a good price? I told you I have absolutely zero intention of going off on Turnabout. King Justice, you got to figure this out. It's no use. I can't find a single flaw. So what now? Behold, my never-ending magic show. Come for the awe-inspiring showmanship of the great Mr. Lewis, and stay for my grand illusion until the end of time. Right? Is he saying we're still trapped inside some sort of illusion of his? That's what professional magicians do. Make the audience see something that isn't really there. In other words, make us see illusions, right? We call it misdirection. When we keep you busy believing one thing, we're busy making something else happen. What we say is there really isn't, what we say isn't there actually is. You know what, Mr. Martinez? I guess we have all been spectators to the elaborate illustration you've prepared for us. An illusion that has subtly turned our attention towards something you wanted us to see. What are you going on about, lad? Have you got something, Apollo? I just remembered something Trucy said about misdirection. When a magician says is there, it really isn't. And what they say isn't there actually is. We've all been taken for a ride by Mr. Martinez's magic. And maybe he's made us see something that wasn't really there. It's time to rethink all my assumptions about this case. What have we been made to believe was there when it actually wasn't? What have we taken to be the absolute facts of this case? If we evaluate the validity of all of these things, then this may be. Athena, there's something uncanny about this case. Okay, what is it? Martinez's alibi. It's too perfect. That's true. It's like it's impossible to break no matter how hard we try. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe that's exactly what he wants us to think. I'm not following. We're not making any headway here because we've been so focused on breaking his alibi. Oh, I think I get it. You're saying he's using Mr. Wexler on us, right? It's definitely a possibility. Would the defense care to share with everyone what it's discussing over there? Your Honor, we believe that if we were to reconsider Sir's assumption, we may finally arrive at the truth. In fact, I think we'll even finally see who's hiding behind the curtain, so to speak. And what is this sudden assumption you're thinking of? This is the only key assumption we've been taking for granted this whole time. What if the culprit was somewhere other than the theater at the time of the crime? What if there was some way to commit the murder without actually being there? If that were the case, then Mr. Martinez's perfect alibi would become irrelevant.
Objection!
How could one person stab another to death if was so without physically being there? Furthermore, we also saw what appeared to be the culprit's shadow in the footage.
Objection!
But couldn't we just as easily assume that the shadow does not belong to the culprit? Well, if it's not the culprit's, then whose is it? I'm not 100% sure yet. But I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track. We've all seen something that looks like the shadow shape before, Your Honor, during the magic show itself. In that case, please point it out in the show footage for us. This is the thing that looks suspiciously similar to the shadowy figure of the culprit.
Take that!
Doesn't the shadow resemble the suspicious shadowy figure? Now that you mention it, it does, doesn't it? Miss White, can you identify this shadow for the court? Let's see. I believe that's Mr. Hat's shadow. It's the one he's being pulled up from the stage to the catwalk overhead by wire. Then, could the shadow that's shown later in the footage be Mr. Hat too? No, that's not possible. After Mr. Hat was pulled up to the catwalk, he stayed up there. In other words, the second shadow is from some other figure being pulled up. Some other figure. I'm afraid you need to be more specific than that, Mr. Justice. He's right. We've come this far. I just have to figure it out from the clues I have on hand. What is the second shadow shown in the footage?
Take that!
If we consider what was happening on the stage at the time, there's only one answer. The cell belongs to the fake Mr. Reyes. In other words, Mr. Man-Off Mystery. The victim?
Please take a look at the prank plan script. Mr. Mystery was to pretend to be dead,
And then fly up into the air after that. Isn't that right, Mr. Martinez? Indeed. And what of it? I contend that that's exactly what happened. The victim was wearing a stunt harness around his waist. It was most likely attached to a stunt wire so that he could be pulled up into the air. So you're suggesting that after pretending to be dead in the coffin, the victim flew up into the air just as the prank script says? Exactly. We just couldn't see him go flying up because the dragon was blocking our view. And that last trick, ladies and gentlemen, is the true piece de resistance of the culprit's murderous magic show. Don't tell me. You got it all figured out? Yes, I think so.
We can just look beyond Mr. Martinez's last bit of misdirection. We should finally be able to see the real truth. It must have been pulled up to the catwalk, just like Mr. Hat. And hit the cushioning up there with considerable force. I just have to figure out what else happened up there at that time. Are you ready to elaborate, Mr. Justice? Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready. In that case, please answer me this. Why did the culprit make the victim fly up into the air like that? Why did the culprit have the victim fly up after he appeared in the coffin? And how did the victim actually die? And he was only pretending to be dead in the coffin? If we can figure out how these two questions relate, the answer should become clear. Could it be? Mr. Mystery must have thought he was still just part of a prank when he appeared on stage. He probably didn't suspect a thing as he was being pulled into the air. After Miss White was called backstage and this is the set piece fell. But the culprit had already planted the real motor weapon in a cushion in the catwalk. It was probably a knife or blade of some sort. What? You mean... Yes, it really was a magical murder. Just as the prank script said, Mr. Mystery was whisked up into the air. And straight into a blade there in the catwalk. In other words, this murder was committed remotely through the use of a magic trick. What? Remotely? Using this method, it wouldn't matter where Mr. Martinez was at the time of death. But how exactly does it work, Mr. Justice? Just for the murder card. Dragon set piece was up in the catwalk. It and Mr. Manoff Mystery were connected to each other by a wire at the time. By carrying out the prank plan, Betty made the dragon set piece fall, which caused Mr. Mystery to walk it straight up and into the blade in the cushion. The cushion was high up enough to be hidden from the audience's view. That's why nobody saw the blade. Oh, and the big gas in Mr. Hat's cape. The blade must have been set up overhead sometime before the magic show. This guy must have been slashed by it, too, when he was pulled up to the cushion. Hold it. I can't believe it. I had no idea. So that Juicy would freak out if I made the set piece fall. That's the only reason I did it. You were used, Betty. Walter Martinez used you. I thought he was my little puppet to boss around, but it was the other way around. After the incident occurred, Mr. Martinez arrived at the theater. He got the motor weapon and swapped the rubber sword with the bloodied steel one. That's also when he lowered the victim's body down to the stage. But how did he have time to do all that? When the set piece fell, the audience was evacuated from the building. He was able to do all those things after the fact because there was no one around to see. A horrific murder camouflaged by a spectacular magic show? That sounds like the kind of murder only a magician could pull off. As As long as the show proceeded as it was scripted, Mr. Mushi was doomed to die. That's why it was you, Mr. Martinez, who killed the victim, all the way from the TV station. This prank plan, should I say mortal plan, proves your murderous intent. Samurai!
Satura ima o mandomo samashi de tashi no ketare gase o soroka!
Enough. You dim-witted, ignorant, imbecilic, putrid red pepper. You can't possibly have a counter-argument to make. Talk about not knowing when to let it go and move on. Do you have a rebuttal or something, Prosecutor Shamati? No blade of any kind was found in the catwalk, which means you have no evidence to support your theory. But Mr. Martinez retrieved it after the fact. Which still leaves you with no way to prove your wildly fantastic remote motor theory. But proof does not make more sense to believe that the murder was committed there on the stage. That's where the bloodstained sword was found after all. That is a very good point. Because you could have committed the crime there on that stage. Trucy White remains the prime suspect. Truth is no more than a cheap parlor trick. In the end, you have done nothing to prove the accused innocence. It's time at last to let it go and move on. Are you seeing this magnified Grammar? My magic is extinguishing punishment on your granddaughter. My name is done for. Hollow, we need to hit them with a decisive piece of evidence here. No, this is what I was thinking. Mr. Justice, do you have, or do you not have anything to prove that the witness committed this remote murder you proposed? Of course I do, Your Honor. This entire incident was carried out exactly according to the script. Right, so theoretically, there should be no evidence for us to find or use. Which means our best bet is to see if anything unscripted happened. It's gotta be something Martinez could have foreseen. And once I find it, that's how I'll expose this murderous trick. Get ready, Mr. Martinez, because I'm about to reveal the secret to your magic. There are no tricks or gimmicks here. There's some good old-fashioned logic. Magic show went as scripted, the murder would have happened without fail. Everything in this case was carefully planned so that no evidence would be left behind. Still, one thing happened that definitely wasn't in the plan. The magic show wasn't a part of the show's original script. Well, made a mistake during Truce's escape trick. Money that goes in magic trick. His body facing the side, so why the coffin instead of the left? She had to reappear on the side of this coffin opposite to one of the show's script. The culprit didn't know that when he was arriving at the theater. He was about to make a slip up when he tampered with the crime scene. The culprit's fellow attempt was affected by Trucy's new position. She had a feeling on the left, the culprit was with the blood in the left hole. he put the blood on the left side. That means he was the champion of the scene again afterwards to make them out of the facts. With the facts, the culprit must have. That's right. The left and right panels of the coffin are interchangeable. The culprit must have switched the two panels to make the blood stain fit the facts. But the switch might have also given rise to something unnatural. I remember now. There was something unnatural about the coffin, and it's just the evidence I need. Sorry, Mr. Martinez, but I have some very conclusive proof of your guilt. Another bluff, is it? There's no way you have anything of the kind. My magic is real.
Objection!
Now, there are tricks and gimmicks to it, just like any other illusion. What? After the murder, you switched the left and right panels of the coffin, didn't you? And because you did, you left behind something very unnatural for us to find. This proves that Walter Martinez tampered with the crime scene after the murder took place.
Take that!
Fingerprint results? What about the fingerprints is unnatural? Let's take a look at the prints the victim left inside the coffin, shall we? If the victim was facing forward in the coffin, his prints would look like this. However, what we found was they were facing the opposite direction. It's kind of natural for the prints to be facing this way, wouldn't you agree? It is strange, isn't it? But how did they get this way? They got this way because the culprit thought the magic show had gone according to script. The culprit thought Mr. White would be on the left side of the coffin. And that Miss White would also pop up to the left of the coffin as per the show's script. He then assumes he had thrust the sword into the hole on the left side of the coffin. That's why he put blood in the left hole when he was trying to cover up his crime. But sometime after leaving the bloodstain, the culprit must have realized his mistake. He found out that due to Bonnie's mistake, the set was to the right of the coffin. And that despite the script, Miss White had thrust the sword into the hole on the right. And so the hole with the blood in it was on the side opposite the one that Trucy used. To make the blood's location fit the facts, he had to tamper with the evidence yet again. So he tried to cover his tracks by switching the coffin's left and right panels. Oh, and that's how the fingerprints in the coffin end up backwards. Because the culprit switched the two sides panels around. The prints ended up facing the opposite direction. But instead of going to all that trouble with the panels, why didn't the culprit just wipe the blood away and redo it on the other side? I'm afraid that wouldn't have worked, Your Honor, because of a little something called luminol testing. Ah, right! Luminol, I almost forgot! Luminol can detect trace amount of blood, even if it's been wiped away, right? That's right. Wiping the blood away would have only served as proof of his meddling. How about it, Mr. Martinez? I did a pretty good job figuring out your trick, didn't I?
Objection!
Trucy White could have done the same just as easily. You have no proof that it was this witness who tampered with the evidence.
Objection!
But I do have proof. What? The person who was in the magic show would never have made the mistake of putting the blood on the wrong side. Least of all, Miss White, who surely would have just remembered she was on the other side. Oh my, you're absolutely right. Why, you impudent. I'm sure you've realized by now, Prosecutor Samadi, your claim that Miss White is the culprit just doesn't hold up. You and the accused are most certainly bound to hell. Really? Miss White and I? Because I think you're the one with a ticket there for trying to convict an innocent guard. Prosecutor Shamari, are you alright? As for the true culprit, he is someone who knew how the show was supposed to go but didn't actually see it. And someone who had the chance to tamper with the crime scene after the incident. And the only person who fits the bill is you, Walter Martinez. All the secrets to your tricks have been revealed. And with no tricks left, I'm afraid your show has been canceled. Permanently! All my secrets have been revealed, you say? Don't make me laugh, boy. Mine is the true real magic. There are no secrets to reveal. Behold, ladies and gentlemen, the true power of the great Mr. Reyes. Witness the magic far greater than trip grammar eyes. Burn. Crumble. Fall to my furious flames. The great Mr. Reyes will bring an end to you all. Final edge to the grammar I named right here, right now. You two. Helper? Huh? No, this isn't right. No, I didn't do anything wrong. No, it's not my fault. I'm not the one to blame. I'm the victim here. What? Stop. No. Your grammar eye! Custer's grammar eyes. It's all because of them. Even now they wound me. Curse them all to the abyss! Do you really hate us that much? Does your hatred run that deep? Deep enough to kill an innocent man? Damn right! You have no idea what humiliations I had to suffer. Your grandfather, magnified grammar eye, kicked me out after I got hurt practicing my magic. He said I was too unskilled. I would mess up on stage. He threw me out of the troupe just because he was worried about his own reputation. Since I was but a child, it was always my dream to become a great magician. But to magnify, he took it all from me. But there's no excuse. There's no reason to do something so evil. Magic is supposed to make people happy, not used as a means for murder. What's the big deal? I just used what I had available to me, that's all. I get it now. That attitude towards magic. That's why my grandfather kicked you out. You don't deserve to call yourself a magician. Don't deserve? I don't know about that. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak. You know why? I didn't see through your tricks. You see, so in the end, true Grandma was defeated by the great Mr. Reyes. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Juicy White. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Why? You lose. If anyone needs to learn to let it go and move on, it's this guy. This cut and my pussy can both burn in the flames of my creation. Bailiff, take Mr. Martinez's array and bring a fire extinguisher just to be safe. It looks like we've reached the end. I feel as though I've been watching a grand magic show. It was close, but we just barely made it through somehow. Huh? Why does Trucy look so down? Miss White. Yes, Your Honor. I'm about to announce my verdict. I see that wonderful smile of yours. That smile of a true entertainer, as I do. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Trucy White, not guilty. Court is adjourned. Thank you for everything, Polly. Oh, Trucy, bless the deal. Now you can open your show tomorrow, just as planned. Yeah, that's all thanks to you two. Oh, now that Mr. Reyes is gone, I need to find someone to replace him. I don't like the way she's looking at me. Lucy, I'm sorry about everything. Hey, what are you apologizing for? Martinez used us, we're victims too. He even made me an accomplice to murder. But Betty, you have to take some of the blame for this too, you know. Even if you didn't know he was planning to kill Mr. Mystery, you did cooperate with him. It's all my fault, isn't it? Neither of you is to blame. The only one in the wrong is the person who used magic to commit murder, Roger Martinez. Don't you think I know that? Say what you want, but don't think for a second that I don't still hate you. I guess he really does hate me. But Betty, why? You used to be a huge fan of Trucy's. Hey, shut up! I've always hated her. Really? If we hadn't seen Trucy's magic show, we never would have tried to become professional magicians ourselves, right? Speak for yourself. Betty, you still have her autograph left in your head. Just shut up! Is he acting that way this whole time because he secretly loves Trucy? Oh, Trucy, I never knew that being the best could be so tough. Come on, buddy, we're leaving. You have to get ready for tomorrow's show. You're really excited about performing with Trucy again, aren't you? That's not true, so zip it, dummy! Holly? Do you think I really am a naive greenhorn? Huh? No way. She's not. After all, you were completely taken in by my magic, were you not? If not for that lawyer over there, you would be on your way to prison as we speak. You're right. I didn't see through your tricks. You see, in the end, True Gumrai was defeated by the great Mr. Reyes. You're not fit to lecture me from on high, Trucy White. You don't even deserve to call yourself a magician, you naive greenhorn. Trucy, don't tell me you're taking what Mr. Martinez said to heart. Or maybe a little. I didn't see through his tricks, and I let myself be taken in by his magic. I can't trust myself anymore. Maybe he was right to call me a greenhorn. You shouldn't take stock in his words. He doesn't even know the first thing about you. Huh? You're a wonderful grandma magician. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you, Apollo. But what makes you say that? I know you're a wonderful grandma magician because of this.
Take that!
My grandfather's notebook? The Grandma Creed. A true entertainer always keeps a smile on their face. When you performed your magic trick in court today, you showed the world your dedication to your troops' creed. Even through all the cheering, you kept a smile on your face and won the crowd over. You are everything Magnified could have hoped for in an era. You're a great magician, Trucy. Great magician? Me? You really are. That's why you don't have to worry about what Martinez said. Oh, Polly, thank you. Still, I couldn't have done it without you. I would have lost my nose if I'd been alone up there. I was able to keep on smiling because of you. Me? I remember what you said to me at the detention center. After all, you're sure you swapped the swords, right? Yes, I remember doing it. And I just know it wasn't your fault, Trucy. But how can you say that? We don't even have any proof it wasn't me. I mean, I know you're a great loyal Polly, but I believe in you, Trucy. I believe in your skill as a professional magician. So I'm going to prove your innocence. Don't worry, you're going to be fine. Your words were what kept me going. Apollo, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I can be everything I was meant to be. Your smile is the best. So glad I could help make that happen. Emma? I'm really sorry, Trucy, for everything. But why? Well, I wasn't able to convince Prosecutor Sedmati what a good person you are. I had to testify against you, too. You have nothing to apologize for. You're just doing your job. You're too kind. I don't know about... Huh? Something wrong, Emma? Oh. Prosecutor Sadmati, what are you doing here? Attack this guy. Yes? I'll require your forensic expertise in order to close this case. Come, let's go. Oh, wait! Prosecutor Sadmati! The trial is over, Mr. Justice. You and I are strangers once more. No further need to interact. Strangers? Have you really forgotten all about me? What? You really changed, Utah. Telling me to let it go and stuff? What happened to you? A lawyer of impure soul. I have nothing to say to the likes of you. Are you serious now, Ayuta? If you will excuse me. There he goes. What was that all about, Apollo? How do you know Prosecutor Sadmati? Let's just say we're old acquaintances. Acquaintances? Seems like something more than that. Yeah, well, you don't like to talk about your past, do you? Because you always change the subject. I guess I'll have to talk about it someday. But for now, come on, let's forget about the past and celebrate Trucy's future. So, if you say so. Hey, It's Mr. White. Put him on speakerphone, Apollo. What's up, Mr. White? Apollo, how's Trucy? What happened at the trial? Did you get a not guilty verdict? Mr. White, slow down. Everything's fine. Hi, Daddy. I'm okay now. She was found not guilty in a very dramatic turnabout. Plus, we saved the office. It was a great victory for Apollo. That's a load off my mind. I can't thank you enough, Apollo. I know I can trust you to hold down the fort anytime. Me? Really? Yes, you. You're a real full-fledged lawyer now in my eyes. Full-fledged lawyer? I still can't wrap my mind around it. Thank goodness you were there to take care of everything. And thank you, Apollo. No need to go that far, boss. Especially not in front of everyone. Oh, and by the way, I won't be able to make it to tomorrow's show. So I was hoping you could go. You do that for me, won't you? Of course! I won't miss it for the ward. Full-fledged? So Daddy asked you to come to tomorrow's show, huh? As my assistant, right? No. He just asked me to go cheer you on. Okay? Now be sure to save you the best seat in the house, Polly. The best seat in the house? I really appreciate the thought, but... Good. Then it's settled.
Objection!
I should have known. That this was what they meant! Magic Girl Juicy White will now perform her greatest illusion yet! There are no tricks or gimmicks here, ladies and gentlemen. This is real magic! Wait a minute! You're kidding, right? This is a trick or gimmick, right? I'm too young to die! Now then, Mr. Hat, you know what to do with that sword! No, wait, stop! Ah! That's how Trucy and Grandma Land ended on a rousing high note. With a big round of applause. And Polly's ear-splitting screams. What kind of an ending is that?